Oh, what up? Am I live yet? Am I back? Am I back? Am I back? Well, I trust you guys tell me when I'm back. Thank you. And what are you getting for breakfast? Or are you in that? Chini minis, is that like a cereal or something? What? I don't even remember when was last time I ate cereal. Oh, so what happened last time? They are like stars. Or pancakes, or I don't know. So is the plan we play 1.5 hours no matter what our progress and switch to Desperados? We shall see how long this takes. we figure out the plan as we go on. It's past 9 PM already, isn't it? I wonder if Mr. Edge Boy has already found Mr. Maya. These things take time, I'd say probably not. The police are professionals, Spurs. They find her, so don't worry. And if we can win a not guilty verdict tomorrow, then everything will be okay. You're right. So the real person who killed Mr. Koida was that assassin, Mr. Seri the Killer! Right? And the guard, Miss Andrews, found at the police at the crime scene seems to be proof of that. But if that's the case, then new question comes to mind. Who was the one who hired the killer to begin with? Who is his client? You mean, who asked for the murder? That person didn't want to dirty their own hands in blood. But whoever this client is, they're still a killer. What do you mean? Kamsu is very, very reliable. Who could have hired the assassin? Do you think it was Miss Andrews? I wonder. If she was the client, then why go through the effort to stab the knife into the corpse herself? But if Miss Andrews wasn't the client, then no, it can't be. But then Carter himself. If Mr. Carter really did hire the assassin, then he's not innocent at all. Far from it, he would be guilty of the crime. Hi Chewy, welcome to the stream. How are you today? Happy weekend. But it can't be Mr. Engard, right? I mean, when we first talked with him. Mr. Engard, I'd like to ask you one more question. Did you kill Mr. Juan Corrida? Alright, just so we're clear, dude. I didn't kill anyone, and that includes Juan Corrida, okay? Yeah, he didn't kill. Because the killer killed. That doesn't mean he is not the client. Actually, that reminds me. Did you remember something, Mr. Nick? Yeah, something Miss Andrews said at the trial today. She said something interesting. So what is this interesting thing? I like how it recaps the things from the last time, cause I don't remember. Oh, that's right. You didn't hear it, did you, boss? Juan had bet everything on the Jamming Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Previously in Resident Evil. Mr. Engarde's secret. What is this secret? I don't know yet. But for now, let's think about it this way. Mr. Corrida was going to reveal this secret. That means Mr. Engarde had plenty of motive to have Mr. Corrida silenced. Oh yeah, by the way, should I use my yoga ball every, like, after there's like, after break I switch between chair and yoga ball? Which means we have to meet with Mr. Engarde. There's no way around it now. Well, you can think that it resets after break, because you know, I will hydrate on a break. I forgot what was our plan for Ace Attorney hydrations. Oh, it's really getting late, isn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, it's past 9 PM already. But we still have some things to prepare for tomorrow's trial. There's still a matter of the secret Mr. Corrida held about Mr. Engarde. See, it's getting complex, and that's why I let you, the mod, do the thinking part, and I just stream. I misunderstood your intentions. These are two things I must know tonight. But I'm visiting hours over at the detention center. I knew that video in the beginning, don't worry. But we are a bit less doomed than if I would be thinking the stuff. Don't you worry. Old bag! Yay. Hey, wait! What is it, whippersnapper? All I know is nothing that nothing that has anything to do with you is ever good. Wow. Just like now, I was handed this strange device for who knows what reason. And I was told to use it to search the whole hotel. That's the bug sweeper, isn't it? The one Kamsu made. I don't know, and frankly I don't care. But the request came from Echipu, so... Echipu? And he said, if you feel angry, direct your anger at that unsophisticated lawyer. Wow. So I'm going to feel free to direct all my anger towards you. Goddammit, Echiboy. Gee, thanks Bundle, Echiboy. What a pal you are. Ding. This is absolutely top secret, so you have to better keep it. You had better keep it to yourself. I heard they found spy camera hidden in one of the presents. Very interesting. I'm sure it was, you know. It was to catch poor Juans in the middle of scandalous meeting. Scandalous? What's that? It means, well, you know, that gossip that's been going around about my dear Juan. Oh, you mean that thing about Miss Andrews? But I'm sure she must have some reason for getting close to Mr. Goodell. I'll let you in another secret, young'un. I know who planted that spy camera. It was that obnoxious puffy-head photographer girl. The nerve of some people. Spying on people by herself. As if I wouldn't want to see it for myself too. Wow, they then actually admitted her true intentions for a change. I don't know what you're thinking exactly, but I can bet it's nothing good. But I didn't say anything. So you wanna know about Juan and that manager, right? Actually, as I hear it, they were something of a refreshing pair, those two. Oh? I tell you, Juan really welcomed that manager with open arms, I heard. That manager? Who are you talking about? You don't know? That manager woman Juan had? It's saying she killed herself. Oh. Are you talking about Celeste in Bugs? Miss Andrews' mentor, right? Yes, that's the one. The Celeste girl. She was supposed to get married, you know? Married? You mean to Mr. Corrida? Really? You young kids today don't know anything, do you? That girl Celeste killed herself 3 days after the marriage announcement. 3 days after the marriage announcement? Well, why would Miss Impax want to kill herself? She was going to get married. Well, that's because she was thrown away, you see, by Juan. Nyani? But they were going to get married, right? They promised each other, right? They held grand announcements or some, but 3 days later, Juan suddenly cancelled their marriage. Is that true? It was in the weekly magazines. But why? Why did he do that? That was not in the magazines. You just know what is in the gossip magazines, right? I see. That night after Juan called off the wedding, that manager just killed herself. How terrible. I wonder what happened between those two. And off we go. On that night, there must have been at least few hundred people here. I guess the police are done with their questioning and investigating. It looks like things here in the lobby have finally calmed down. Where would I go? Here. It doesn't look like Mr. Scruffy Detective is here. Well, he's out there with that camera asking around at all electronic stores. Then I make some salad for him for dinner. Oh. Mr. Nick? Yes? Where is the lettuce? Don't think I ever bought lettuce before. Oh, I guess I have to give up making the salad then. Also, like, you can examine everywhere, so I don't think, you know, it does anything. This thing I was ended a few hours ago. Looks like we're not going to get a chance to talk with Mr. Engard tonight. But isn't what we have to ask very important? Yeah, but I don't think that matters to the guard. Yeah, he's like, nope. About in criminal affairs then. It feels sort of tense in here, doesn't it, Mr. Nick? Yeah, planning the revenge on humanity. Sounds about right. You're Mr. Engard's lawyer, right? Ah, yes sir. Well, we finally found just the person we've been looking for. A real decisive witness. A decisive witness? You mean for Engard's case? We're taking the witness statement right now. Gotta hand it to Mr. Edgy Boy Toy. What's Edgeworth up to now? Who is it? Who is the witness? I think you know this person quite well, Mr. Lawyer. Nick? Between kidnapper's demand and now this, I can't see any way to win here. Oh yeah? Mr. Edgeboy wanted me to tell you something. He did? Even though visiting hours are long over at the detention center, he wanted me to grant you special permission, so there you go. Nyani? I've already caught them, so they know. But I was just there! If they knew, why did they not tell me? Ah. Thank you. Is that a good news, Mr. Nick? Once I'm pretty sure they have tomorrow's trial in the bag. Time to go. I have the multi-pass. That means both Mr. Engard and Miss Andrews are in this detention center. Whose story do I want to hear? Andrews! Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour. But there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was mad. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about this secret Miss Corrida had on Mr. Engard. Talk. I'd like to ask you about Matt Engard, if you don't mind. Mr. Fried, you still don't know, do you? The real him, I mean. You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Engard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case, nothing. About Miss Celestine Butts. I had finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. Yes, I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him. I wanted to get her suicide note back and to burn it. You wanted to burn it? But why? I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never heard any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid. The suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. Why did you try to frame Mr. Engard? It's that simple. Because he's the killer, that's why. Isn't it the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? That was interesting informing. But there had to be another way. The police are excellent at doing their job, so they figured it out, right? Yes, they're so good that they couldn't figure out the real truth behind Sylvester's death. His entries. Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please tell me why you did what you did. Revenge. Ooh. Huh? Did you say something just now? Oh. Oh, only one lock. Set lock, huh? Oh. Oj, hydration. And cookies with chocolate, so I have these beautiful chocolate chip cookies. Oh yeah. Yummy. They're more softy. Oh, sorry. Don't wanna keep you with the munching noises, cause I know that's a bit disgusting. Don't you understand yet? You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy. But I'm sure I just heard Miss Huntress say revenge. I'm sure they are. Why frame him? Revenge, huh? Hey, what does it ask though? What is the question here? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Engard for the murder? I already told you, come to stance. It's because I thought Matt was the killer. that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Engard. Yes, Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you are saying I was taking my revenge out of Matt, and why is that? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives by being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. I mean, only person is this one. Also, I just noticed that we have 2 lives. That is gonna be problematic. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge. And that is impact suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was once manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide note was also one. Why does all this have to do with Matt? You're right, you haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Engard, it would mean that he must have had some relation to Miss Impact and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation? I will not explain anything. Not with that health. Let's talk to Matt then. Dude, it's Mr. Fry. I hope you can get off the hook tomorrow. I'm counting on you. I hope so too. Edward just dropped a bombshell on me by saying that Juan Corrida was killed by an assassin and that the assassin's client is this man, Matt Engard. What's wrong? Mr. Engard, there's something I must know with 100% certainty. You seem kinda different. You're totally not like your usual liar dude self. You like him? I hate him. About the press conference. You mean the one where Juan was gonna dress up as Nickel Samurai? Yeah, I heard a little more about it from Miss Andrews. It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career, blah 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 blah. Pretty face? Meh. Could you please fill me in on what this secret is? And second. 5? Holy shit. Mr. Nick, don't tell me. Cyclops. You said a secret, right? But I don't have any idea what it is. Do you, dude? Did you know about Mr. Corrida and Miss Andrews' relationship? Well, it's all over the tabloids, dude. God damn it, I hate that. But I don't know any of the details, if that's what you mean. Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I don't care what Juan did with his life. Miss Andrews, she had purpose in mind when she started seeing Mr. Corrida. The mentor was Mr. Corrida's manager. And Miss Andrews was going to get Miss Celeste Impact's suicide note from him. Celeste? Does that shock any memories? Dude, I suddenly just got totally hungry. Yeah, for pizza, my treat. Now I see why you like him. Junet! Isn't it? Hey girl, what's up? You know how MC says it. Isn't that kind of like the dude? Mr. Nick, what's pizza? Is it kind of pea, like green peas? Let's go eat one later, okay? Ah, I got cut off by the pizza dude at the job. That's too bad. Well, how about we get our minds off this topic and talk about something else again? Mr. God, are you connected to Missing Bug Suicide in some way? If I present here, Mr. God, dude, I know I asked you to be my lawyer and all, but I don't think I have to tell you anything and everything. What do you mean by that? It just means I don't have to tell you anything and everything, dude. Okay. Let's check what is the questions. What is the first question for this? Secret. Now let's hear what the secret of yours is. What if Mr. Koida had been successful in his plan? What would he have discussed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Frank. I can keep on saying it, but I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on, I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Hoyt, especially on that night. I have nothing. But there's one more spot that we can go. Let's go to here. It looks like no one is around. What happened to that person with the stuffed teddy face? Oh, she must have been Butler with the stitches on his face. Shoo! Meow! Oh, there you are. I guess you're still awake, huh, Shoo? Meow. Come on, let's play. I wonder if that butler, Mr. Doe, is already asleep or not. Okay. There's a small door, bottom big and door. Okay, this one makes I got that to use. Let me show. Okay. Can you tell me something about I don't have anything to say to delinquents like you. Please, anything would be helpful. But then, how about I tell you my measurements? No, that's okay. Really. She really doesn't like you, does she? I know. So we have basically No dialogue anywhere. We have 2 Cyclops. And no health. Shit. What to do? I don't know what to do. Celestes would be easier, but we don't know answer to the second question. Why Matt would know anything about Celeste? Or be involved with Celeste. And for Matt, we have to think about why would he be like very closely looking at Juan. I swear to God, if it's another that I have to show something to someone piece of shit again, then police station again. Oh yeah, I didn't check that one. Okay, we have something. Good. Oh, Mr. Fright, please, you have to help me. Powers. What happened? Why are you here? You see, I got roped into this somehow. What? And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the service witness is Mr. Powers. I was talking with a detective from a little while ago, and I... Joka polmos. A little while ago, and I was on my way home. Then all of a sudden, you there. You are under arrest, and I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Well, I guess I can see how they would thought you looked suspicious. Sigh, I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? This face does not. Yeah. So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important from what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, detective told me not to talk about it. But we are friends, right? You can't tell anyone, and especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about? Right, if you're not Hugh Jackman and you're like Wolverine, you are guilty. I'm going to take a wild guess and say it's me. Yeah, you got it. Mr. Neat, Mystic Maya and myself are the only 2 allies in this whole world, but it's alright. Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know, because he's got that refreshing, like a spring breeze image going. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. That's always been kind of a player with women. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He always just say, it's just a game. Why you have to be mad? Nyani? How horrible. That's unforgivable. Ow. Sorry, I didn't mean to offend you. But you know, you said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me. One person who wouldn't swoon over him. His manager, you know. Miss Adrian Andrews. Why is Mr. Power Sandvik looking kind of energetic? Ah, you see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip, of course you are. I mean, celebrities and their world have this dazzling sort of image, right? Dazzling sort of image? But aren't you part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers? No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see? But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen. Well, that's true. Oh hey, did you hear about this yet? Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide? You miss Impacts? I heard something about how her wedding was cancelled. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little other day, about that mysterious death. Hey Mr. Fred, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead. Why do you just not tell me? So, music stopped. Ooh. So, have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they say that Juan went and hid it. We heard about that in the court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Great detective work. Something bad for Juan. Something bad for Mr. Corridan. Why do you figure so? I don't see any hiccups, so are you sure it's you or not? It's me that, and it's not you. Maybe Beaver's German internet is collapsing. Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends, and she said, "It looks like I got caught up with that truly insidious man." A truly insidious man? Did she mean Mr. Corridan by that? Well, I don't know what cities you live, but maybe Alios, your internet is West Germany and Beaver is East Germany or something other side. Also, let's not forget that your internet was like almost a month gone. So and there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide the suicide. I see. Well, that's some good info. Thank you. You're welcome. Mistä ne kantat misunderstood both at the dinner. And there's thing I don't understand or how about. Mr. Nick, your phone. Hey, that's the Samurai theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of this ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know. Beep. Hello. Be in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office real soon. What's wrong? Something really unexpected just happened. It's a edgy boy here. Edgy boy? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal. I don't know what's going on anymore. It's not... Okay. For these 2 to 3 weeks I can move in. Oh, nice. I bet it will feel nice to be back home again. What's going on, Mr. Nick? Commissioner said we need to go back to the office right away. Then we should hurry. I'm scared to go back. What are you talking about? Mr. Nick, pull yourself together. And maybe it will be good news. Somehow I doubt that. And to the office. Oh, my back. What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgy Boy couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought that spy camera. Hey? This quick? And this bears what? And this bears what gave them away, pal. Welcome. Is Beaver, are you seeing stuff again? I figured it out, pal. I figured that we should have been looking in the bear instead of the camera. That was Edgy Boy. But wasn't it Mr. Edgy Boy? Shh. And go on. There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime. Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in their room? Matt. Glory to Arstotzka. Thank God, your client, that's who, pal. And here I thought things couldn't get any worse. Are you sure you heard right? The person who bought this bear was a rip from the department store clerk, pal. Oh, don't worry. Cookie. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. It's for 3,800. Oh my god, that's an expensive one. That's the exact match to the price of that stuff there. A receipt, that's all you have? Nah, it's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me. I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. Engard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. Engard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. Engard himself. My sight is waning. This can't be. So, what about the spy camera we found? Ah, that was the dead, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give this back to you for you to file away into evidence. You know, I know you don't want to give up, pal. I never thought. I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan could assume was Matt Engard. Why why would Mr. Engard do something like this? I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Corrida in one of their interviews. I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera. Are you going to see him? Mr. Engard, I mean. Yes. I'm scared, Mr. Nate. I wonder what we will find out next. I'm scared myself, but I have to put on a good face for pearls. Mr. Engard, what have you done? Okay, let's try. You're working real late, you know? It's already past 10 PM, dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax, don't you know what ignorance is, please? If you really want to know, let's talk. Confidence sake. That's a lot of things that can go wrong though. Spy camera? Oh, Kuma. This bear was in Mr. Corrida's room on the night of the murder. The bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. So, it's a present, dude. It actually looks kinda classy, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I hear it's quite expensive. Which is why it's very odd that this gadget was found inside the bear. This is very small video camera, and it was hidden inside this bear's eye. Maybe it's really curious bear. Well, whatever this bear saw was sent somewhere using this transmitter. Which means someone on the night of the murder was secretly filming Mr. Corrida's room. I guess one had a few of those kinds of fans too, huh, dude? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? It was you. Mr. God, don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Aww, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? He says that the one who put the camera in his eyes was you, Mr. Engard. If I didn't know how you work in code, I'd think I was in serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof you want to show me first? Here's the proof that it was you. And that's the receipt. Okay. I have here one credit card receipt, Mr. Engard. It's from when you bought that stuff bear. Mr. Bear related to Mr. Chair? I don't know, but do you know what I would want? I want to see a fighting game that has Mr. Chair versus Mr. Bear. That would be fun to see. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent 3,800. I go to that department store all the time, okay? This 3,800, this could be the toothbrush I bought at one time. $3,800 toothbrush? Have you played Mass Effect? That reminds me in the Mass Effect 3, the Taylor has the expensive toothbrush or so. Reminds me of that. It's ivory, and it's got elephant hair for bristles. You elephant hair. Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. So I can ask you one thing. Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds more like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? Nah, not yet. I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course, it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know. Because I must. The reason you hit this camera to Mr. Koida's room and filmed it. Is it the assassin? There's a lot of stuff. Oh, announcement now. You know, we have to read all this stuff to get back here. If we choose the wrong one. I would say either this one or... I'm gonna try this one. What is this card? Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. I think I choose right. The man's name is Sally the Killer! And I'm sure you know him, don't you? Sally the Killer! That's ridiculous. Why would I know some shady scumbag like him? If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. It's not like I could be making mistakes anyways. Mr. Mattengard, I know why you... Oh, Mr. Dick... You're a hero of justice. You're a star. Client. Since you're the one who set up that camera... No, it takes two of them, so it's game over if we do even one mistake. That means you knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. Because the amount of damage it does is flashes, and both of the bars flash, so yeah. How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client, that's why. You hired Sally the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corridan. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Mattengard. And here I was trying to be good boy for you, dude. I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought. Anyway. Thank God. You really did hire? Hold on a sec, I'm gonna consult myself again. Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's time for you to meet him now. Mr. Liar Dude. Oh! Oh. Where did you get the class? We have life, yay! Ooh, fancy new music. Well done, Mr. Fright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you have. You really are the killers, client. You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian, was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Liar? That's... You're lying. What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Go on, and let us grown-ups talk about more adult things. But why? Why did you hide the video camera? We can soon believes the words of others. Just like that pathetic Adrian. You know, if that comes from the ass, that booze, and it's that color, does that mean that is like you know, when you have diarrhea? Diarrhea booze? Maybe? But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. Too much details for you, Beaver? Oh, come on now, Mr. Fright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding the sinful deed over their heads. And superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess? And that's why... Yes, that's where the video comes in. I got his face and the crime scene recorded on it. Preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Fright? Why would you do something so wrong? Because I'm grown up and I can. Good enough of an answer for you, little girl. Now that is actually Child's response. Why would you kill Mr. Corrida? Because he was about to sling so much dung onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conferences. I cannot speak. If Mr. Corda had been able to keep it, then Mr. and God's secret would have. Well, that's what we call taking advantage of situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it, really. but bit by bit it crept upon me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought. Blackmail, he read too much science fanfic. Well, there is never too much. I guess blackmail is pretty common in science manga. And that's how Mr. Koida ended up dead. Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet innocent face and people will swallow anything you give them. Adrian fell for it, the assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget? Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, but then God. Aww, did that leave you speechless? What saying? What's wrong, Mr. Lion? You grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you had killed Juan Corrida, and you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Corrida. Ho 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 ho. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow. But too bad. You can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you? You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound? But you can't, can you? That would be one thing you absolutely can't do. Maya. You wouldn't want to test the killer with a man of his word, or so I heard. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. So if I were you, Mr. Fried, Esquire, I think I would give it my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's just a cliché phrase. One says something just like that, if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how well things turned up for him, don't we? Yeah, I didn't get it rubbed out, like I think good. Good night, Mr. Lion. The card doesn't care. The card doesn't care at all. Maya, what am I supposed to do? And now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgy boy. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Left, right. What are you going to do? If you plan on changing your strategy? No, we can't do that. That's right. He's holding my hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you. Edgy boy. Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago, at that time, I didn't truly understand what prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in court of law until I knew what prosecutor really was. And now, Fred, it's your turn. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer, but to fight for someone who is clearly a killer, but in God, that man is really But doesn't matter who, every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense. But what exactly is that? Is it where a liar forcibly and blindly gets acquittal through shouting and triggering? Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought for your clients up until now? Well, that may be true, but that's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. And if I were to get encored and acquittal, that isn't proper defense at all. I became loyal because I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. Also, Alios, you said that the rest of the investigation will take 40 minutes. We're over 1 hour now, so... You lied to me, Alios. Well, I'm so slow. I thought I could save people who were suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Yeah, fine, I'm slow. But most of the slowness comes from me reading it out loud. If I would just read it on my own and skip, then, it would be much faster. Even if I win the case, I still lose in the end. I just don't know what to do. Right, would you get hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. Huh? We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You're a defense attorney. You can't run away from all that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. I guess I don't mind hydration. People like you and Francisca von Kalma are always using or you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end, even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I can't fight for forced verdict. For a man I clearly know to be guilty. Francisca, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect film record. That's all. And isn't that the same as you? Is that why you ran away a year ago? Because your previous win record was destroyed? You are so petty. Damn, Phoenix, you sound like a schoolboy. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What do you... Thanks to you, when you sheared off my path to perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. Hey Beaver, I think she uses our tactic. It's perfect, and every time she loses, it's button check. Remember? So it doesn't count. It's button check. We realized that things such as perfect record were meaningless. Huh? I don't believe you. Are you saying that is why you left the prosecutor office? But then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see before the verdict is read tomorrow. God damn it, Alias. But if you can, then you will be powerless to change the ending of this story. Beep beep. Don't see that. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Attorney, do you wager you can obtain acquittal tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me please. Why are you holding my hostage for in God's sake? Why are you doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He's my client. Don't toy with me. Man who hires an assassin is just much of a killer himself. I believe you were asking for a reason as why I am doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take care of to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations, and it is part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? We were unlucky this time, and my client was arrested as suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney, and to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did, but my name is the Killer. Sally the Killer. You're Sally the Killer? Please keep in mind you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As the killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain, it would be my duty as an assassin to see to it she receives a nice long nap. Nap sounds nice. No. Now then, if you excuse me, if someone were to trace this signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. Meow? Maya? I don't know what to say. Let's boy. Did you hear that? At the end of the transmission? Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. Not just any cat. It can't be that cat. But only that cat sounds as retarded as that one, so... What is it? I think I know where Sally the Killer is holding my hostage. Let's boy. I thought the police units head for Encart's mansion immediately. Alright. You hurry over as well then. Don't lose hope yet, birds. The fight has only just begun. Yeah. Oh, from... Yeah, what a surprise, right? Maya! This answers us. Maya! We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape. Assuming he's still in the area. I can't believe it. But Butler... He was the killer. It's treacherous a bit. My back is killing me. He and God were working together all this time. I'm sure they had worked out an contingency plan ahead of time. There's teddy bear. Oh, it's a figure of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason. Okay, more hopping. Okay. A bear? Isn't that more of thing for Mr. Corrida? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. It's a little pet door installed here. Ah, I'm sure that's for show. Do you think that this came through that little door? This door, it's locked. I'm pretty used to breaking doors down by now. Let's go, Etsy boy. Slam! There's no one here. From looks of this room, I would say this is God's private lounge. Look at this, right? An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals and VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, it had the moment the crime was committed recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No. Also, it's kinda hard to read while jumping up and down. There's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took the tape looking for and escaped with it. I feel like I'm close to an end, so let's play this to end the chapter, so we go a bit longer. And then we have the half an hour break, yeah, for food and stuff. Actually, let me go put my oven on. No. I don't know about that. It's the power of the start. So that's game. Wine salon? The shots are over, but it looked like he got away. I'm sorry. This looked like he slipped out of our grabs this time. Now we lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be her pillar. Yeah, you're right. We're close, I can tell. We already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of this district. Leave rest to us. Maya. I see that. This look like sort of impacts. With love, Celeste. Impacts, you mean? Yes, Mr. Korea's former manager. Why would picture of Miss Impacts be here in Mr. Encott's mansion? Why does it say with love? This might be a clue. Ah! What's wrong, boss? Please let me see that picture frame. Huh? What's so special about the frame? On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message. Nyani. Oh, I haven't seen you in a while. I thought you would come. I knew you would. Now listen up. You better get Encard guilty sentence, okay? If you get that creepy slime back not guilty, I never forgive you. Ever. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to fight, but I don't think I have a lot of time left. Barry, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay? Someone got to watch out for that helpless slunk. I don't know. I mean, we are the lawyer and we like investigate pretty much everything ourselves, so... that's it for now, Nick. I guess I'll talk to you guys later. That's No! My soap. Right. What's wrong? What a blank stare. Oh, nothing. We searched the house and this is the last room. It looked like he loaded us. Let's see, boy. Yes. As far as clues go, I think this is about all I'm going to get. I'm still short one last thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews' Psychlock. If I could just find out what her secret she's holding. And then I think I stand chance for in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I contract the detention center. Thanks, Edgy boy. Well, let's go, girls. It's time to open that last lock. Good evening, Mr. Frey. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I have to come to remove your Psychlock. Psychlock? I want to know, and you will tell me your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try to break me, if you can. We done the first part. No, I don't think they are common notes. And that has to be the last piece of evidence. This is a photo of missing Bugs, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away though. With love, Celeste. This is missing Bugs' handwriting, isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was rhetorical. There we go. Question. So much health, oh yeah. I found this at Mr. and God's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. We are full health. Oh. Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan. Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out. Because Mr. Koida didn't want to get married to her anymore, right? Yes, because of Matt. Because of Mr. Encore. Exactly, we never lost health. It was your imagination. Now it's preheating there, so it should be done by the time we are done with the chapter, and then I can just put my pizza on and enjoy my dinner. Or lunch, whatever it's called. I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was matchmaker a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. I was working part-time back then, and I often saw two of them together. That's why. With love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's so horrible. Its entire image is built around how nice and wonderful of a man he is. Scandal would have destroyed that. Which is why Celeste in her kindness moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match, and they were even planning to get married. And then it was suddenly called off. On the night Juan called the marriage off, Celeste killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened. But it's an ex. It's in the past. It shouldn't matter. I mean, if everybody is concerned about everybody's exes, then, you know, nobody can date no one. But then why did Mr. Coulter have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all. It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Worthless male pride. That's why I'm becoming girl. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. Oh yeah, you are stained. You hold someone's hand, you have to marry that person. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most. Poor Miss Ampex. That wasn't the end of it. That day, the mom was certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds, and so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Then, when Juan discovered her body, he hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that note was a powerful weapon against Matt, and it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like spring breeze image. In any case, with his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of that suicide note. At the time, that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it, because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out about all this that I drew close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night, when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it ever went public. I was going to burn it. I had even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note, and that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring to them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters. So when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Fright, even no notice, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. All we had to do was fight for like 6 hours to get that story, but it's okay, no problem, no big deal. Can't sleep either, not with my situation. To be continued. Oh man. What the fuck is happening? I like the music though. Master Roshi? What? What? No, I want the background music. Do you think this ringtone will go on forever? I think this is a good lunchtime music. Yeah, this is perfect lunchtime music. Have a nice lunchtime. We shall see in 30 minutes. I love this. This is amazing.